Molly Sparrow was only in Bengbu, China for 14 months before she was adopted and moved to the United States. She says although she'll never know about her birth family, she doesn't feel that she's lacking in any love.
I'm so grateful to my parents for adopting me and wanting to have me. So overall, I think just I'm a very lucky person. All the stars aligned. That I have wonderful parents.
Sparrow explains being adopted internationally is a little different from being adopted domestically. She says people tend to ask more questions.
It's always interesting when you get the questions of where are you from, where are you born, that stuff, because then I basically have to tell my life story.
Sparrow's life story includes being very immersed in American culture, but she still has an interest in Chinese traditions.
I definitely want to go back and visit. Because even though I'm not super involved with my heritage, I think it would just be really, really cool to see where I was from.
And as for adoption when she's older, Sparrow says she doesn't plan to have children, but she sees the value and need for adoption in society.
There's so many children out there that need a home, and it would be great to provide one for them and love them the same way that I was loved.
Times are changing since Sparrow was adopted in 1997. According to the annual Intercountry Adoption Reports, foreign adoption by Americans have decreased by 72% since 2004. Ethany Good works at Carolina Adoption Services and explains that the decrease is due to the Hague Convention.
It instituted some levels of regulation that have become difficult for some placing countries to meet. And that's why you're seeing some countries close to international adoption.
The Hague Convention is an agreement setting standards for countries regarding adoption procedures, but Good says there are other reasons why people may not be interested.
One of the most pervasive myths about international adoption has to do with the credibility sometimes of the agencies overseas who are involved.
Good says it's important to do your research beforehand to really understand the facts and fiction about adoption.
International adoption agencies in the United States do everything that they can to ensure that adoptions are done ethically and done in the best interest of each child that they're working with.
While the agencies do everything they can for the families, Good says it's ultimately up to them to decide whether or not domestic or international adoption is best.